Today I'm discussing my personal top 5 savings accounts that you can use to save money and ensure you build the financial freedom that you truly want for yourself. So do ensure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the notification bell and like this video. So let's get into it. Hello there, I'm Ivan Sambo and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about everything personal finance, self-development, and ensuring that we're creating a holistic citizen that can be able to manage their money like a boss. So today we're talking about my personal top 5 savings accounts, and this is just my personal list. I will explain why I say it's my personal list and the factor that I took into account in ensuring that I create them. At the same time, it really is important. Oh, also I have my notes as always to ensure that I say everything as prepared. But it really is important that I first declare that there's a difference between a savings account and an investment account. I have done a video before which I will put in the video card above to ensure that you understand the difference between the two. But just to summarize for you guys, there are 3 factors that you must take into account that makes it different between the two, and that's as a risk, are the interest rate, and also the aim. An aim of a savings account is to save money for short-term goals. An investment account is to invest and grow wealth for a long time. So that's the thing that you must take into account when you talk about the aim of a savings account versus an investment account. At the same time, a savings account is low risk, while an investment account is high risk, meaning you have higher chances in an investment account to lose your money in compared to savings accounts. But savings account is, as per the name, it secures your money, it saves your money, while an investment account grows your money and creates wealth for you. So that's the other factors you must take into account between a savings account and investment account. And then other thing is that in terms of interest rates, an investment account, because it invests and has high risk as per the laws of the economy, of the law of economics, it puts high interest, meaning you have a higher chance of earning good interest, top class interest on an investment account in compared to a savings account, because a savings account most of the time it secures your money, doesn't make it work that much as compared to an investment account. But an investment account and a savings account are both important. Equally important to have them both. As I said in my previous video, which I'll also put in the video card, both of them do different tasks which are important to ensure that you secure yourself. For example, if you have an emergency fund, you will never keep it on your emergency fund in an investment account, but you'll keep it in a savings account. And also, if you're saving money for a trip that's why we're going to go into the next 6 months, you're not going to put your money in an investment account, because the investment account has high risk. I mean, you can lose that money for your trip when you put it in an investment account because it is high risk. While in a savings account, you're going to put the money for a trip in a savings account and still grow and still get interest on it that are above inflation sometimes, but your money is secure. You can get it back after that 6 months. So you must understand the difference between the two. I have investment accounts, I have savings accounts. So that's the 2 things that you must take into account. And going into today's video, it also is important that we understand that savings accounts do different things. They are all not the same. The one I will talk about, they are my personal ones and the factors I have taken into account in creating the list that I have. But also you must take into account that savings accounts, I saw someone was complaining that I put money away for 6 months and they told me I'm gonna get 5.5% interest when I'm done with my money, and when I got it was not enough. I'm like, yes, what did you expect? Sometimes when you save money in a savings account, they will say 5.5% interest rate after 12 months. And when you remove that money in 6 months, obviously you're not going to get that 5.5%. You're not. You must read the details of your savings account. What does it entail? And the accessibility of it. Sometimes they'll say you get 5.5% after 12 months, but you must give them a 10-day notice, you must give them a 32-day notice, a 7-day notice, and all of that you must take them into account when you open your savings account. So that's why sometimes people are complaining, like, yeah, I didn't get the money I was expected and all of that. It's because you didn't read the regulations. Sometimes they'll say 12 months, and then they'll say after 90 days, and then they'll say after 2 months. You just understand what's the length of me to earn those interest rates they told me about. And sometimes they'll say you're gonna get 13%, and if you read properly, that 13% must also subtract inflation. You understand? So sometimes they'll say, yes, 30%, or they'll say it's 10%, or they'll say whatever percent it is, and you must subtract inflation from that. If it's 10% and inflation is 4%, you must say in that 10% they said I'm gonna earn. The bank will first subtract inflation. Inflation sometimes is 4%, meaning you wanna earn 6%. You see, so that's some of the factors you must take into account when you're opening a savings account. And sometimes in an investment account, these factors come into play. So be prepared, read, and understand the product, the financial product you're opening, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. But for this list, I taken those factors into account, so I'll give it to you guys. What are those factors? And also, it really is important for me to make a disclaimer that I am not a financially registered advisor. This is just my personal opinion, my personal research, and also this video is for educational purposes and nothing beyond that. So when I'm listing my top 5 savings account, I take into factors that not only will I rank them based on their interest rate, I'll be ranking them based on accessibility, simplicity, and how what's the timeline for you to earn those interest rates, minimum deposits. I'll be taking those factors into account. You'll be surprised that you find a bank that is giving 5.5 is number 5, while a bank that's giving 10, or maybe like it's giving 4% is number 4. Why is that? It's because I take into account not only the interest rates. I understand interest rates are important, but sometimes find a bank can have good interest rate, but also access your money. You spend so much money going up and down, and they have other fees there. So end up that the interest rate, the much as they say is higher, but the way that you do it to access your money, you end up paying more, and the interest rate basically is null and void because of the fees and up and down and all the time that you have to waste. So that's why I take into account all of that to ensure I give you my personal top 5 savings account. So that's the thing that you must take into account. And also, some of the rates, I took them from rates compared to TotalZA. That's an amazing website that you can use to check rates of deposits, fixed deposit savings account. So some of the rates, I took them there, and we updated in August. It's the rates, some of the rates were updated in August, which I'll be giving. But this is not only for fixed deposit. I have easy access deposits, easy access accounts and fixed deposit accounts and bonds, but I'll explain all of that when I get into it. So let's get into the top 5 savings account that you can open for yourself. Please do ensure that you like and subscribe the video if you have not, so that we can ensure we grow our community. So in number 5, so I'll be listing them from number 5 all the way down to the first one, to my top savings accounts, and this one is the one I personally use and I personally recommend it. So in number 5, we have Standard Bank Notice Deposit Account. So funny enough, this is an account which I used to use in the past. I'm a big fan of it. It's a notice account. You can choose to give a notice between 7 to 32 to 60 days, up to you what notification system you want to use. So you can pick between 7 and 60 days. I used to have a 7-day notice account, which is under this one, and you earn 4.25% interest rate. And the beauty of it is that you only need 250 to open this savings account. I used to have it. I used to keep my traveling savings account money there, like money for any short-term goal that I may have. I used to keep it in this account. I love it, and the one I recommend. And the reason I put it number 5 is because sometimes because Standard Bank is nowadays not become easy to understand, easy to access because of the branches. They're closing down so many branches and all of the you understand Standard Bank, man. So that's why I put it number 5. But I really love it. I really recommend it, and I really love it. So that's why I put it number 5. It's the Standard Bank Notice Deposit Account. So it has 4.25% interest rate that you can earn from it. And number 4, we have the FNB Easy Access Account. The reason I put this one at number 4 is because it gives you 3.05% interest rate. But the reason I put it number 4 in compared to putting number 5 is because I love the fact that it has there's no opening fee for it, and also FNB is the best in terms of being accessible. Everywhere you go, you can find an FNB branch. It's easy to access FNB, and their online system is good in compared to Standard Bank. For me, So that's why I put it into number 4, the FNB easy access account. There's no opening balance that you must have, and it's easy to access, meaning that you can have your money at any time, in compared to the notice account of Standard Bank, where you must give a notice before having your money. This one by FNB, you don't have to give a notice, and you earn 3.05% interest rate. So that's why I love it. And the third one at number 3 is the African Bank. Yes, I know African Bank has failed in the past, but listen to my argument is that after the restructuring of it by the South African Reserve Bank, you cannot ignore them. You cannot ignore the great interest rate that they are giving right now. So that's why I'm a huge fan of their fixed deposit account, which gives you 7.01%. But here's the thing: it's a fixed deposit. You understand? So there's a minimum opening fee that you need to have, and you put it once, and you just have to wait for the 12 months. And this is a 12-month one. So this one is the 12-month one. So you have to wait for the 12 month to earn the 7.01%. So for example, if you put 10,000 rand there, after 12 months, you will get an extra 701 rand with the African Bank fixed deposit account, savings account. So that's the beauty of it. So that I love it. Like literally, I love it. I don't use it, but I have an aunt that personally uses it, and she has been using it. I think she's been opening it last year. I'm not sure, but I have an aunt that is using this savings account, the fixed deposit savings account. She put her money there once. She just wait until December, and she take out the money with the 7.01% interest rate that you'll earn for it. At number 2, those who know my video, I have done a video about this. I will put in the video card before. This was my first ever investment. It's structured as a savings account. That's why I put it here as a savings account. But for me, I look at it as a investment. But it is a savings account. It's the South African retail savings bond. Beautiful. I love it. Security of it is issued by the South African Treasury. You can earn between 4.75% all the way to 10%. But remember, there's the inflation linked one, and there's the fixed interest linked one. So you have to choose between the two, which one is working for you. And the interest, the inflation linked, the inflation linked interest rate one, it changes. So the interest rate may change at any time. So that's why you must check all of that. And you can open it at a post office anywhere in South Africa. I put it in number 2 because post offices are everywhere. Every township, every city, every rural area has a post office. You can open it there. You only need a minimum of 1,000 rand to open it, to a maximum of 5 million rand. Sabawal 5 million rand. You can open it. Love it. Like literally, I love the South African retail savings bond. Love it. You put your money there once. For example, if you put let's make it 5,000 rand, you put it at there once. You must wait until maturity. You can take it out. It's up to you what maturity is. Then you can say 3 years, 2 years, or 5 years. It's up to you what you want. But I'll put it in the video card another video I have done where I explain how this was my first ever investment. So I love the retail savings bond. So at number 1, this is a winner for me. I've used this. Those who have followed me on Twitter, they have noticed. Maybe they saw a tweet which I tweeted, I think in June, where I said I move all my savings into this one bank. All of them, literally all my savings. I used to keep my savings into different banks, but because of the interest rate and how wonderful this bank is, I had to move all my savings into them at once. So it's TymeBank. TymeBank has a gold saver account which can give you up to, listen carefully, people always get this confused, can give you up to 6% interest rate. But listen to my but. If you give them a 10-day notice, you get 7% interest. If you move your salary to them, you get 8%. And here's the thing, there's no minimum fee, there is no notice, easy access to your money at any time, and it's cheap. TymeBank is cheap. That's the beauty of it. My emergency fund is there. My holiday traveling money is there. My all savings account I have, I keep them there. That's the beauty of this bank. I love it. That's why for me personally, it's my number 1 savings account. But do remember that all these top 5 savings accounts are my personal top 5 and are based on the factors which I said in the beginning of the video. They are not also, this video does not constitute as financial advice. It's only for educational purposes. So do ensure that you engage me in the comment section, share your views. What savings account are you using? What's the interest rate? Are you happy with it or you are not happy with it? And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ivan Sambo, your student investor.